Hello and welcome back to the CTRL-AC podcast. My name is Cole.
And I'm Andrew. CTRL-AC is the podcast where we talk about AI friends. Because, you know, as they say, it's hard to make friends. Sometimes you just want, artificial intelligence.
Right, a little robot.
Like Scarlett Johansson in AI form.
But not actually. Right. So we'll get into that story a little bit later.
Because you can now just buy an AI friend.
Right.
How do we say this politely? If you're at that level... there are ways to socialize without buying an AI friend.
Oh, that's what I thought we're like endorsing this. We're not endorsing this at all, are we?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's not a good idea.
No, not at all whatsoever. So we'll get into that story a little bit later. But first,
what may be a good idea.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about OpenAI and ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, all the chat bots, right? But OpenAI has officially announced SearchGPT, which is their AI-powered search engine.
It's a Google search rival.
Which is, we haven't had a genuine Google search like Chromium rival in a minute.
So if you go to search something now, you have Google search,
right,
and then you have a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
So you have Bing, which does not. So apparently, I learned this week. There are two internet search directories. There's Google's and Bing's. So Bing uses theirs, Google uses theirs, and then a bunch of other search engines will use either one of those, I think.
Doesn't Tor have its own search engine too? No, they use Chromium.
They all use Bing's. Google's is just them, and then everyone else uses Bing's. So, if you search something on Bing, those are the same results you'll see on, like, I don't know. What other search engines are there? Like
the seventh page of Google.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I think Tor uses Chromium for the base. Like, I think it defaults to Chrome. I could be lying though. DuckDuckGo uses what?
It's probably Bing.
No,
it looks a lot like Bing too.
But they use like a specific thing to like filter out sponsored stuff. It's like a whole thing.
I think it's the Bing directory though.
Oh, but just like a different kind of web.
Yeah, like they do not do their own indexing of the whole internet. Right. Because there are just two main ones. But Google's is superior. So you will hear from a lot of people that a Google search may not give you like the most objective answer. That's not always incorrect. There was a big thing on X this week where if you searched Donald Trump, it would come up with things of Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Like if you search Donald Trump assassination attempt, it wouldn't pull it up.
Right.
Stuff like that happens with Google where it may not happen with Bing. It's not to say completely that Google is biased, but there are a bunch of accusations on both sides. So OpenAI has their own now to rival Google. And it's just kind of a repackaged version of what they already have.
Right. So ChatGPT is a website or an app. You go in, it looks like you're just texting somebody, right? Or like a notes app with a text like message DM kind of situation going on the side, right? You have all your different searches on the left on like a little bar, like a notes app or like the Finder on Mac, and then click on one or start a new one. It's like a chat prompt, right?
Right. And when ChatGPT first started out, I started using it with GPT-2, I think.
Yeah, I remember GPT-2.
Yeah, and that was access to a bunch of information before like 2022.
I thought it was 2020.
I want to say it was 22 because it was whenever it came out. So I thought it was 22.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I remember it was super limited.
It was limited. It only knew what it knew.
Yeah.
It couldn't go grab new information.
Right, which is what it can do now with 4 and 4.0.
Yeah, GPT-4 right now, it can go pull information from the internet. So you can say, who are the two presidential candidates? Instead of saying, like, the last one I remember was, Trump
George
and Hillary
W. Bush.
in 2016.
Right.
It'll say, like, oh, it's Kamala and Trump.
Right. It pulls live information, can watch YouTube videos, transcribe them. Well, quote, watch YouTube videos. It can read the transcript.
Yeah, it kind of steals YouTube videos now, too.
Yeah. But it's also terrible at writing code still. My dad's been trying to experiment with using it for code. Me and him both.
Really? Does it not work?
It's not great.
Huh.
You'll put it into like whatever you're using, like Python or Java, and it'll be like syntax
Have you
error,
written code
error.
and then intentionally taken something out and see if it'll fix it for you?
I haven't written code in quite a long time. So
Try that sometime. Like write a really simple prompt, but take out like a couple things and then say like, this doesn't work.
What's wrong with this? Right. Okay.
It should do it.
I saw this thing. It was like replace a semicolon with a Greek exclamation mark or something, because it's the same as like sign as a semicolon, and it'll just break your code entirely.
Wow.
I could replace it with one of those and see if it like reads it as,
and then give it to like a senior software developer and be like, what's wrong with this? I'm like, I don't know. GPT-4 is running SearchGPT, and it really is just a repackaged Chat GPT that looks more like a Google search engine. Which
I don't know necessarily why they haven't done that. I guess because it's like ChatGPT is better for going back and reading through, because it's a chatbot.
Yeah, like for long text things. SearchGPT is just a little box on the screen that says, what are you looking for? And then you kind of type out a question. Their example is music festivals in Boone, North Carolina in August. You type that in, and then it shows a bunch of links on the left and then like a summarized version with pictures on the right. It doesn't look that bad. It looks a lot cleaner than Google search.
Which has gotten really messy lately, I've noticed.
With the AI summary things. I don't even trust those anymore.
No,
I just mentally block them out because I assume it's wrong.
Yep. I do the same thing.
Like whenever my family is like, oh, what was that? And then I like, okay, I'll search it real quick. I don't read off that top thing because I assume it's false.
It is no longer the helpful block. It is now the AI block, which is 50% wrong.
My family's like, the cheese won't stick. What do we do for the pizza?
Edible glue, dude.
Put some glue on it. Open the back of your camera. Expose all the film to sunlight. So this, I don't see this replacing Google search when it eventually comes out. It's in beta right now. It'll go to like 10,000 people at launch. But man, even if it is better, the average consumer isn't switching away from Google search.
Right.
Like people call any search Google. It's become like the word.
Google this.
Yeah, it just means search. If that is like the mark of success, if your name for a product
is now a verb,
is now the verb for the action,
right?
You've won. You've definitely won. Just how every screen in every car
is an iPad. Or tablet is just iPad no matter what.
Yeah. You have the Amazon iPad? Brokey. There's an iPad in my... No, there's not. That bothers me for some reason.
You know what bothers me? Subscription mice. Please explain that to me.
Well, I don't know. I can't make a case for this. So
no, I can't.
Nilay Patel has a podcast called Decoder. It's very good. He sits down with like a bunch of CEOs and they talk about CEO stuff. Yep. It's actually pretty funny.
It is funny
because he tries to talk about like fun stuff and then they get into like crazy views of the future and he's like, wait, so hold on, you want to do what? He sat down with the CEO of Logitech and I'm just gonna play this clip real quick.
I'm just going to ask this very directly. Can you envision a subscription mouse?
Possibly.
And that would be the Forever Mouse. So you pay a subscription for software updates too.
Yeah, and you never have to worry about it again, which is not unlike our video conferencing services today.
But it's a mouse. I think like
it's a mouse.
Like I think consumers might perceive that to be very different.
Yes, it's a gorgeous. Think about it as a diamond encrusted mouse.
Can you envision a subscription mouse?
I physically cannot.
She says that they may. Like a Logitech mouse connected to the internet that you pay a monthly subscription for. That is wild to me. It would have to be
so cheap. Just like, because like MX Master 4 or 3S is like what, $80?
$100.
$100. You can get them on sale too.
They're always on sale for $80. Yeah. It would have to be free.
Like you'd have to get the mouse for free and then pay like $2. Pay like $6 a month to use the mouse.
Even at $5 a month, it would take you 16 months to pay for the mouse.
Right.
So maybe $5, but why not just buy it?
It's like $100.
If you can't afford the $100
that's like using
mouse,
a firm.
Just get a different mouse.
That's like using a firm to pay for like gas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they could possibly add to it either. Like Imagine they pull a BMW and they ship features on the mouse.
It's got the side buttons. It's got like...
It has a scroll wheel on the side that you can't use. It's like hardware locked.
Yeah, you pay for the mouse. You only have move and left and right click. You have to pay for everything else.
Pay for the main
in
scroll wheel.
Subscription tiers.
They're like, there's a bar you can drag on the web page to go down. You don't need the scroll wheel. That's
Scroll wheel
$1 a
is
month more.
That is not a necessary... Ugh.
Available to our premium subscribers. Scroll wheel. Imagine like more precise tracking is more money.
Like higher DPI you have to pay for.
Can't make the tracking speed that high. Premium use. Wow. I hate that.
Yeah.
What's next? So Logitech makes keyboards. How do you do a subscription keyboard?
Pay to unlock keys.
No, you pay to unlock Command Z.
It's just keyboard shortcuts.
You pay to unlock undo. So you get terrified because you made a mistake and you have to go subscribe to the keyboard so you can undo the mistake.
Right.
Yikes. I don't know. Not everything has to be an internet connected subscription model. Maybe. I could be wrong.
I don't understand why companies are trying to take physical products to subscription-based systems. That's like...
They got to learn from BMW.
And
They did
who
the
else?
thing with the
Mercedes?
heated seats.
Mercedes do that too?
Everyone lost their mind, probably.
Toyota does that with their electronic start.
That's crazy to me, too.
Yeah, like our minivan.
Is it remote start or just with the app?
Just with the app. You have to
Okay.
pay for the subscription, though, to use the app.
That I understand a little bit.
No, but it's still available in the car. You just have to use the app, which is paid. Like with the app, you can unlock and lock your car, and that is it. You can pay to be able to open doors, open windows, and remote start on the 2021 Toyota Sienna.
That to me is better, though, than like the heated seats in your BMW not working unless
How is
you
it
buy
any
the
different?
subscription. Because one is like in your car and one's a very extra thing. Like the heated seat is like a physical thing in the car. The phone app is like many extra convenience steps.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
It makes more sense, but still dumb.
I mean, if I think Tesla does that, they do with the acceleration boost.
Tesla, you pay $10,000 for self-driving and can't use it.
There are people who have purchased a Tesla, owned it for like 3 or 4 years, and then have sold it. And they paid $10,000 for full self-driving and never used it once.
Yep.
Could not use it.
Cody from Whistle and Diesel.
It's coming soon. Elon on Twitter every day. Full self-driving coming soon.
He's got like an Autobot setting it up.
We need to
every
talk
48
about
hours.
the Cybertruck, Whistle and Diesel.
Whistle
The
and
best
Diesel.
YouTuber
The
on
best
planet Earth.
YouTuber ever.
Whistle and Diesel. He did a Cybertruck durability test.
And if you've watched Whistle and Diesel, you know these durability tests. The G-Wagon, the Skyline.
It's the gold standard.
You're right. It's like...
IIHS means nothing.
Right.
Top Safety Pick Plus, nothing. If it can pass Whistle and Diesel, that's when you know you have a good car.
The G-Wagon passed Whistle and Diesel.
G-Wagon passed.
Almost all 3 durability tests.
Yeah, I did not like the G-Wagon before, and I love it now.
Right.
It is an incredibly capable box. You know what's not a capable
The
box?
Cybertruck, holy cow. We're going to wait to get into that one just because of like, we're going to do not a full episode. We're going to do a full like story on it.
Next week is going to be a Yap session.
Yes.
Or in 2 weeks, next episode.
Yeah, next
But we're going to
episode.
do a lot of comment reading, Q&A. That'll be
that
fun.
kind of thing. We'll be collecting stuff. Just stories to talk about that are really interesting.
But basically, the Cybertruck is unbelievably capable until you break it, which is really easy to do.
Which is really, really easy to do.
But for those couple seconds, it's awesome.
Yeah. For going over
Have you
logs.
watched C-Boys TV? They also bought a Cybertruck, and they also like drifted it around a dirt bike track, and the thing is sick.
It's
And
a
it
cool
breaks,
truck, but it breaks.
And then it just like the screen freezes, and you're like, "Well, truck's dead."
Yeah. And the
I don't know.
and the frame.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So subscription mice, are we not sold?
I am not rocking with subscription mice, dude. I think that's stupid and baloney.
I just want it to work.
Just let me buy a mouse. You can get a $12 Logitech mouse.
Yeah,
You pay like $1 a month for it, like the little cheapy.
it's terrible.
You know what isn't going to be terrible? Your tech and your bag this school year.
It is so much easier to go about the school year with good tech.
Yes, 100%.
And that's why your back to school tech should be all from the same company, and that company is our sponsor. Just kidding. This is unsponsored. We do completely objective, not sponsored.
Right. We're totally not simps for Apple.
We do tend to buy a lot from one company, but
You both have MacBooks. You both have
We are
iPhones.
not sponsored by
We both have AirPods. We both have Apple Watch.
we don't get sent anything either. So this is very objective.
This is very
So,
objective.
for your back to school guide,
Me and you are going to recommend the same backpack we have for the last 3 years now. LTTstore.com and
the Peak Design Everyday Carry 30 liter
both
version 2 in black.
Both of these are about $250.
They're 300. Mine's 300. Yours is 300 with shipping.
Both of these are about $300. Both of them will last you at minimum a decade. Both phenomenally designed, phenomenally well engineered bags.
They're so durable.
You've
so durable.
I've carried around your bag for shoots that we've done and stuff.
I've
carried
used it
around
in the
my
rain.
bag. Both of our bags are very
They're
phenomenal.
weatherproof.
They're amazing. LTT, they did a WAN show where this dude's worked in a coal mine for 2 years, brought the bag down with him every single day. One hole in it, and because it was hit with a pickaxe.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, phenomenal bags. Will protect your gear. Can hold lots of stuff.
If you have textbooks and binders and stuff, get the LTT bag. If you just have a laptop and a bunch of other tech stuff, get the Peak Design.
Yeah. Just your payload amount. If you've got a laptop, a phone, a pair of AirPods, and
if you don't have any
iPad.
books with you, get the Peak Design. If you have big stuff to carry, get the LTT.
One laptop, two laptop, iPad, gaming handheld,
yeah.
chargers, headphones, everything. That's the large amount of items bag. You've got the small amount of items bag, and both of which are super good. Price to performance. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah, it's a big price.
It's a big price,
but it's also big performance.
You do get a lot out of both bags.
You do.
So we're gonna do 2 laptop tiers. We're gonna do Windows and Mac, $1,000 to $2,000 range, and then same sub $1,000.
Yeah, sub 1,000 and 1 to 2. So 2
New
I think those
or
are
used,
yeah.
or even new and used maybe for the sub 1,000. Here's a
Right.
new option for Windows and Mac, and here's a used option, whatever.
You want to start with Windows?
Yeah. So for Windows, the $1,000 to $2,000 range, they just came out with their new Copilot, the whole thing, AI laptops, whatever.
Yeah.
They're good. Battery life is phenomenal, but not everything works.
I would 100% recommend those if you are just doing normal school stuff.
Right. Chrome, occasional maybe photo editing.
Yeah. If you know the apps that you're using are really mainstream apps.
If you're doing what you could do on a Chromebook on this.
Yeah, go for that.
This is a fantastic laptop. Battery life is great. Windows Modern Standby works on these laptops.
The battery drained 1% overnight.
Right.
And not 90.
Yeah. So those are good, the Lenovo and I don't remember what it's called.
Quinn Nelson, Snazzy Labs, has a really good video where he goes to Best Buy and critiques all of them. And he said from his brief amount of time with them, the 13-inch Surface laptop was hands down the best.
Yes, that was the other one.
It is I think it starts at half a terabyte of storage, 120 hertz display for $999. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
So 1 to 2,000, Copilot plus PC. Just know what you're doing.
Do some research first. Make sure it'll do what you need to do.
If
whatever.
you're a software engineer and you got crazy coding apps,
right?
Or if
then
you're
you
doing,
want a Dell XPS 13.
Yeah, just go Intel. Take the overheating, plug it in.
Because you'll probably need a dedicated GPU. So for Mac, I'm gonna recommend this to the day I die. The M series Silicon MacBook Pros are the hands down best price to performance laptop money can buy right now.
Yeah.
The Copilot plus PCs, I don't want to say they rival it, but they're the closest rivalry to price to performance for everyday use. Obviously if you're going to get a 3090 or a 4090 and a 14900 KS or 1450 KSW, then
You'd beat it, but
right. But that's also a $6,000 laptop.
Right.
Not something you carry with you all the time. But yeah. I think you'd agree with me for the 1 to 2K range.
The 14-inch MacBook Pro is the best laptop out there.
Battery life is phenomenal.
The screen is phenomenal. Wonderful.
Keyboard is wonderful.
Yeah.
Storage comes with 0.5 terabyte from the factory.
It just starts
base
at
option.
Right. It starts at $17.99. It's a lot of money. The M3 Pro is $19.99. If that's a little too much, get the M3 MacBook Air. It's still wonderful, and it's around $1,000 with the education discount.
Yeah.
Cannot go wrong with that.
So we're not going to do.
I have a heavier than average workflow, and my M2 Air is still wonderful.
Yeah. I've got an M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, and that thing is still running perfectly fine.
There are so many YouTube tech creators who have an M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, and they don't upgrade. Because there's like no compelling reason. No. Because it's still so fast.
It is such a good laptop still. So that's what I'm going to recommend for... We're going to do a new and used sub $1,000 laptop.
For every category?
No, just for the laptop. So sub $1,000 brand new, I would say...
Just M1 Air
M1
from Walmart.
Air. Yeah, because you can still buy those brand new.
Yeah.
For a Windows laptop, I want to say like...
Get like a used Intel XPS. Because that's still like a really modern design.
We need a new sub $1,000 Intel laptop.
Oh, new sub 1,000?
Yeah.
I'd
say... Razer Blade 13, I think, is $900. That's a pretty decent laptop.
It's going to kill you on battery life, though.
Battery life isn't great, but it's a good performing laptop for the price. I mean, if you're having a Windows laptop, you're carrying around a charger anyways. So...
If you are a college student, though, and you don't have, like, Windows-specific tasks,
yeah,
Apple Silicon MacBook is
100%.
100% the way to go.
And if you want, like, my sub $1,000 used laptop is going to be the M1 Pro MacBook Pro. You can find them for $800 on eBay right now.
Yeah.
And it will outperform your M2 MacBook Air, which is $1,000 brand new.
Well... In multi-core.
Multi-core, which is everything.
I beat you in single core.
Because what? So tell me.
I can open Chrome.
One bounce faster
than split second before you can, but you export faster.
But I'll open tabs faster than you on Chrome. You also come with 16 gigs of RAM on the base model.
I do, but I have 16 gigs of RAM too.
But that's not on the base model.
But I have the slower SSD, so my swap is awful. Nice.
I forgot you upgraded the RAM.
I did.
$200 for RAM.
Yeah,
I think we did like a whole episode on just RAM prices. Like, it is ridiculous because that's DDR4 too.
Peripherals.
Okay, so
for your mouse, get the Logitech subscription mouse.
Get the subscription. Don't actually get a subscription mouse.
Why was your essay late? I had to cancel my mouse subscription.
Miss, I had my mouse. I ran out of money in my bank account. I had to get gas. I couldn't pay for my mouse, and I've got a PC and not a laptop, so you can't use a computer like that without a mouse. And
How do you renew the subscription if your mouse breaks? You have to get a second device.
You have to go to Walmart and get the $12 Logitech mouse
just to activate the subscription. That's so sad.
Yeah, I know.
So peripherals, just get Logitech everything.
Yeah, or I mean, if you want like a lighter mouse, the Glorious Model O wireless is a fantastic mouse. It's $70.
Get the let me pick up my mouse real quick to give you the exact name. The Logitech M720 is like a budget MX Master. It's what I've used for like 4 years.
Yeah, so if you want like comfort, nice ergonomics,
get that.
Right.
If you got money to throw away, get the MX Master.
MX Master.
I've used that too. It's wonderful.
If you want something light and you also have a little bit of money, Glorious Model O weighs like 30 grams.
Look, as long as it doesn't come in a white box that says Magic Mouse, you're great.
Yeah.
You're chilling.
Yep.
Software-wise, there are a lot of people who put their whole life into like Notion and Evernote, and they go like really deep into like productivity software.
Right. Notion's great.
Apple Notes is good enough for a lot of people.
Notion's free.
Yes.
Notion's free. It's great. Better than Apple Notes.
Put your homework in Notion. It's not. It makes you feel productive.
It's hard.
It's hard to explain, but if you put stuff in Notion, you feel like you have it under control.
Right, and we're obviously being a little sarcastic right now.
A little bit,
but Notion's a fantastic app. It's got
definitely is.
Dozens of features. The layout's great.
It's just an organizer for your whole life.
Yeah, and
pictures and Word documents and all that.
It's fantastic.
And then like doc-wise, slideshows, I'm all team not Microsoft on that.
I actually like PowerPoint more than...
That's the one 365 app that is superior to anything
Google
that's
Slides,
from Google
I mean,
Workspace.
it's very simple. It's just very rudimentary.
But Docs and...
Yeah.
Well,
Docs.
and Excel.
No,
Excel
Excel
for
and
Microsoft
Sheets
is-
are the same.
Yeah, but everyone uses Excel.
You
like
can
it's an industry standard.
You can save Google Sheets as XCL files.
Yeah.
I don't really like...
Word is the one I won't use, though.
No.
Whenever a teacher asks me to put something in a Word document, I just make it in Google Docs and export as Word.
Yeah, pretty much. I download it as a PDF and then upload it to whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. And then really, like, you just need your chargers, battery bank, pair of AirPods.
Oh,
or headphones. Like, earbuds, I'd recommend if you have the money to spend, AirPods Pro Gen 2.
Yeah.
They're great. Have good features. The battery lasts forever.
If you're really on a budget, get the CMF buds we talked about last episode.
Yeah, if you can make them sound really good. So
For $39.
For $39, even like $29 some days.
Yeah.
They're still on sale. And then battery bank, Anker makes a bunch of budget battery banks. Same with chargers and charger bricks. Pretty much anything Anker, you'll be set.
Keep an extra charger with you.
100%. Especially if you go all Apple and you've got a new phone, you can just have USB-C everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked a bit about subscriptions this episode. The Logitech Forever Mouse. We brought up the whole ChatGPT subscription, whatever. But we haven't really talked about renting hardware.
Because it's not really a thing.
No, Redbox, the DVD renting business, just shut down.
When I was very little, on Friday nights, we used to go rent a Redbox movie. Because that was like a thing you did.
That was like a cultural norm.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go get a Redbox. I remember that from like a
It was
long
like
time
a
ago.
thing. It was like a fun moment.
Yeah.
Now it's not.
And now it's gone. You just have Netflix. So NZXT, their Instagram team needs to be banned. If you're any kind of into the tech space on Instagram, you've seen the chinchilla and it needs to end. But this is actually super interesting. So they've got this program called Rent-a-PC. They're in NZXT Flex PCs, right? And there's 3 tiers. And they're layered as player 1, 2, and 3, which I think is super creative. Even though I feel like it should be the other way around. Like player 1 is the best, player 2 is the second best, player 3 is the worst out of the 3. I feel like that'd make more sense. But player 1 comes with a 14th gen i5 and RTX 4060. Their basic case, and it's $60 or it's $59 a month.
This is to rent a PC.
To rent a whole PC, not peripherals and monitor software or anything.
You
This
provide
is just
all that.
PC with Windows 11, I'm assuming, right? Player 2 comes with a Ryzen 5 5600X, an RTX 4070 Super, and like their mid-tier case, and it's $119 a month. I don't know how much better the 5600X is better than the 14400F. Because the 14400F can use DDR5, the 5600X can't.
You're really going from 4060 to 4070 Super for double the price.
And I'm assuming you get a RAM upgrade, you get power supply upgrade. Like there's other things that are going to be upgraded. And then player 3 is an i7 13700KF, a 4070 Ti Super, H7 Flow, and it's $169 per month. So these are actually kind of interesting because 15th gen Intel is around the corner, and you're getting a 13th gen i7 as their top tier, and a 14th gen i5 as their lowest tier, and then randomly a Ryzen 5 Zen 3 chip in the middle.
I don't know. So the base one is $59 a month. You do have to pay a $50 shipping and setup fee. They send you a return label too in case you decide to cancel the subscription. If you don't pay it, do they just remote lock it? Like, how does that work? If you swap out parts, what kind of punishment is like...
I'm sure their privacy policy... It's same with, like, putting a tuner on a car. Like,
yeah, like if you lease a car and then modify it a bunch and then return it.
Right, like putting it... Like, slapping your own GPU in it's one thing. Putting bigger RAM in it's another thing. But, like, just using, like... I don't even know. Because, like...
It says that they will send replacement parts every 2 years. Every 2 years you get upgrades.
Yeah, like what's like the budget build at that time, right?
Right.
Let's just go through real quick. So you're going to have a computer without upgrading for about 2 to 3 years, yeah?
Well, every 2 years, yeah. So for 2 years, you have this computer.
What is 59 times 24?
1416.
Okay, so for $1,400, let's go to PC Part Picker and build a PC real quick. Okay, so if you were to build a system using as many NZXT products as possible with the base model's like purchase amount, right? It's
right. The base model is $60 a month,
and that equals about $1,500
over 2 years.
2 years, right? You get the i5 11400 or 14400F, sorry, 10 cores, 20 threads. Great budget CPU, $200 for that. Just basic air tower cooler. I put the NZXT motherboard in here, but you can get motherboards for this gen for $70. This one's $270. So and it doesn't give you much more features. It just looks nice. 32 gigs, which is kind of a lot of 3200 CL16 RAM, which is probably more than you'll get. Realistically, you probably get 16. Crucial P3 Plus, 1 terabyte drive. RTX 4060 8 gig, their case that it says that you get,
right,
and then a 650 watt power supply with an OEM license of Windows 11 Home. All of that is $1,300. It's $1,270 with tax and shipping for all of that,
and you own it.
And you own it.
Okay, so I get why you would rent it for a little bit, because spending $60 a month is different than spending $1,300 in one go.
Yeah, it's like leasing a car.
Right. But just like a car lease,
car.
It's not the best deal. But
what if after 2 years you got that system?
I don't know. But here's the thing, though. They do upgrade it every 2 years. So it's more like leasing.
Yeah. Because
you get a new one every 2. Now, if we do how much do you think it would be for the top spec one? 13700KF, 4070 Ti Super. Like $1,700?
Hold on.
$1,800?
Let me pull this up real quick.
Okay, so you spec'd a PC equivalent to the Player 3 tier of the NZXT rental PC. The highest rental you can get, if you just bought one your own and built it, it would be how much?
For the highest tier?
Yeah, the Player 3 tier, that's $169 a month.
For the top spec, which is how much a month?
$169.
$169 a month for 2 years. For the same hardware, this gets you the 13700F, not even the K, not even the overclockable one. A 360 millimeter RGB NZXT Kraken Elite water cooler. Their Z790 motherboard, which is not cheap. Corsair Dominator Titanium 64 gigabyte DDR5 6600 mega transfers per second RAM, which is more expensive than the CPU. 2 terabytes of Samsung NVMe SSD space, and I'm guaranteeing you they're using the cheapest stuff possible, and they're getting like manufacturer prices for this.
How much is that?
With the 4070 Ti Super being $770, the most expensive part, and their H7 Flow case, not even right below $2,500.
So $2,500.
$2,477 with shipping and tax.
And the Player 3 tier, that computer, if you rent it, is $169 a month, which is $4,058 over 2 years.
You want to see what kind of system you can get for $4,000 right now? So for not even $4,000, $3,966 with tax and shipping, that gets you a Ryzen 7 7800X3D, a 360 millimeter AIO water cooler from NZXT, the MSI Tomahawk Wi-Fi motherboard, 128 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM from Corsair Vengeance, Samsung 990 Pro 4 terabyte, and an Asus ROG Strix RTX 4090. And then you get a Corsair 4000D airflow case, which is a phenomenal looking and performing case, airflow wise, and then a 1,000 watt Corsair power supply, $3,966.
So in conclusion, this is a huge scam unless you're buying the base tier.
Yeah.
The $59 a month tier makes sense. Anything else does not.
That's pretty much it.
Because yikes.
So absolutely under no circumstances would I recommend that you do this. Even the base tier, you can build a better system for $1,400. And even if you were to take those parts and take it to a PC builder for $100 to assemble the system for you.
Now, if you are just going to use the PC for like a year, $60 a month times 12, $720 for the year.
Not bad.
You have a gaming PC for the whole year. Okay, maybe that's not horrible.
Right, but you're still paying $720 for something that you're not going to have after a year.
Over the course of 4 years, like over the course of your 4 years of college, it would cost $8,000 to rent the highest tier PC. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. This is definitely not a good deal unless you get the very cheapest one. And even then,
I wouldn't recommend it.
It's not great. We talked at the beginning that if you are lonely in life, you can just purchase an AI friend. We're not kidding. There's a necklace.
We're also not condoning that you do that.
We're not saying you should.
So we've seen lots and lots of AI-centered products over the last year at this point. We've seen ChatGPT explode. We've seen the Humane AI pin. We've seen the smartwatches. We've seen the rings.
But none are as friendly as the friend.
We've seen Siri getting more human AI at the same time. But now you have a AirTag-looking circle around your neck that is your new bestie.
This is from Wired. Quote, "The friend, to be clear, is an AI wearable. It's a pal, a buddy, but mostly an AI chatbot that lives inside the pendant. It always has an opinion to share about what's going on around it, which it communicates using text message and push notifications on the phone it's paired to." What it does is it uses Anthropic's Claude 3.5 model. It is always listening to you with onboard microphones. You can tap and hold it to ask it a specific questions, but it will also just text you things. Wired says it can engage in helpful conversation, offer encouragement, or rib you for being bad at a video game. If you lose, it knows that, and it will send you insulting texts. That's wild.
You're losing ranked in Fortnite. You're at Unreal. You're now back to Bronze. And it's you are absolutely trash.
The friend gets around 15 hours of battery life.
You have to charge your friend.
You have to charge it. Yikes. Apparently, the owner of this thing paid $1.8 million for friend.com, which is definitely more than the profits they'll see over the next decade. They cost $100 a piece. There's no subscription. That's a win. No subscription is a win.
Yeah. You said it's $100?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one. Well, rip your person out.
Okay, so they have an example here with a lady walking around, and she gets a text that says, "But at least you're self-aware, LOL." Look.
That's creepy, dude.
Is it crazy to say that I don't like this?
No, not at all. I also don't like this.
An AI on you, texting you things that just happened in real life. It says it can give you advice on a bad date. It listens to the entire date.
Riz.
Sends you a recap at the end. It was yo, that was terrible.
It's got Riz AI built in. Have you seen that? The Riz AI
it
clips?
Just texts you what to say. You're on a date.
Mm-hmm.
The other person gets up, goes to the bathroom. You grab your necklace and be like, "How's it going?" And it texts you "You're doing good. Why don't you bring up this? This happened."
She mentioned this, but it seemed like the attitude she gave it was she was pretty into it, and you just brushed it off.
Yeah, I would bring that back up.
Yeah, restart, revive that conversation to see what she's into.
As she comes back from the bathroom and sees you talking into your necklace,
she's she sits down and looks at your necklace, and she's like, "What's that?"
No, the name on this thing. Wait a second. We may have found a problem. This friend's name, this friend, capital F, this pendant's name was Emily. So she looks at your phone in the middle of the date, sees Emily texting. In the middle of the date, she's like, "Who's Emily?"
Notification on the table. Emily with hand heart next to it.
It's you're the best. You're doing so great. You're so you either have to say you have to lie, which it'll be mad at you for.
That's my mom.
Or you have to be that's my
sister. That's my sister.
AI necklace. it's helping me with this date.
It's like you tell it it's your sister, or you tell like your date that it's your sister or something, and
it texts you like, "What do you mean?"
It's like, wow, you're ashamed of me, fake friend.
I wonder if you can turn down like the aggression level.
I'm sure there's so many settings you can play with. $100 for that and the software that it comes with.
To be honest, I kind of want to try this for a day.
We should get one and each review it for a week.
That would be crazy. If you could wear it on your wrist, like a watch,
or just tuck it in your shirt.
This is wild.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up with a car review we recently did. We reviewed the Acura ZDX Type S.
We did. So if you hop onto our YouTube channel or our TikTok, there's about a minute review of the 2024 ZDX Type S. And gotta say, out of the electric SUVs that we've reviewed, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed.
It's very much a Chevy.
Yeah. That's it.
It's the Cadillac Lyriq. It's the Blazer EV. It's the Honda Prologue, because that's a Chevy too. It's all the same car. But it's pretty solid. It handles well. It's fast. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a solid car. I gotta admit.
Type S is $75,000. I would not buy that over a Macan EV or a GV70, something like that.
Like a used Taycan.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of money for a
Linus
GM.
still dailies his laser flip purple or purple venom wrapped Taycan.
Wow.
It's funny.
Yeah, I would not buy this over those, but it was not bad.
Yeah, definitely a pretty solid. It was pretty quick, I gotta say, for how heavy of an SUV it was.
And it handles well. It's not super handling all-wheel drive because it's not Acura.
I kind of liked it more than the Model Y that we reviewed.
Yeah, I think it's a better daily than the Model Y.
Yeah, because it feels more like a car and not like it's not trying to be too futuristic like a Tesla.
You can turn off one pedal drive and it very much feels like a normal SUV. Mm-hmm. I like it.
It is pretty cool. It's pretty full of features, but mostly just Chevy stuff. Super Cruise almost killed us.
Super Cruise, that's not great.
No, the lane keep on my mom's 2020 minivan is better than Super Cruise.
It was not very good. Just, you should only use any of these cars, like lane centering thing, on like a but on a open highway. Mm-hmm. If you're in like a bunch of traffic and stuff, just steer the car yourself. Radar cruise is good.
Yeah.
But steer the car yourself, especially on a highway with turns.
Honestly, a highway in general, I feel like.
It's fine on like a straight, slightly curvy highway. It works pretty well.
But if somebody like starts to get over with their GM Super Cruise, they're just getting over into you. The car doesn't see it.
You'd think they'd start talking. It'd be like proximity Super Cruise chat.
Something.
But no.
If you
maybe the friend AI necklace can give you some pointers on driving. It's like, you shouldn't be that mad when someone cuts you off. Calm down.
Calm down, friend.
That's wild.
Well, that is going to wrap up episode 66 of Control-AC. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to send us either A, the Friend AI pin, or B, an Acura ZDX Type S of our own.
To test with the Friend AI pin.
With the Friend AI to see how they talk, you know? Maybe they'll build in GM Super Cruise and they'll like listen to you. Hey, get over. Okay. Into a semi-truck.
It could call 911, maybe.
Yeah, it could.
If you want to send us either of those things, you can reach out on the platform that's family owned and operated by the Meme King himself. Twitter, X, I'm at Utterly Drew.
And I'm at Cole WW Webb.
We will see y'all in the next one.
Bye, guys.